good time. Bye.
Thanks for calling, Anna.
Yeah, thank you. Love the cinch. So you're doing chicken strip?
Chicken strip.
Okay.
Every Friday.
And are you doing that? That's your show?
That's mine.
Okay.
That's
and
mine.
Are you still working with Anna on some show?
No, Anna and I started. Well, Lucy Borden and Anna started a show called Herichick.
Right.
And that was at the Eagle, and Lucy got busy with everything at the bar, so she stepped down, and Anna had asked me if I would help her out co-producing that show.
Okay.
And then once Anna started doing her political stuff, that we had to kind of shutter that show down. But that was a lot of fun, bringing drag queens in and
I love the idea.
Queer bands. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Are you doing any music with yours besides lip sync type stuff?
I don't. I couldn't carry a tune in a bucket. So the best thing for me to do is just lip sync.
I gotcha. Well, who else has been appearing recently in your show?
Let's see. Anna Mae Cox co-hosted with me a few weeks ago, which was a hoot. We had so much fun. This week, Virginia Suicide is going to be co-hosting with me.
I just saw some pictures of her. I think one of the recent events.
I saw some at Folsom.
That was it.
Yeah,
that was it.
She looked good.
Were you there?
I was.
Folsom?
I was there for about an hour.
Yeah, I got there early and left early.
That was
before the crowd drowned me.
It got hot and crowded there.
Hot, yeah. But it was fun. It was. I liked it more than the last couple of years for some reason. So, what do you want to do next?
What do I want to do next? I don't know. I'm really enjoying Chicken Strip.
Okay.
And we're just finishing up our 6 months, and the show it's going gangbusters, and it's a blast.
Congratulations.
It's one of those things where, when I was doing the strip show at Deco, it was fun, and it was fun to take a show and to make it very successful, but near the end it started to feel like it was work, and that was one of the reasons. I've always said I have a day job. What I do in the evening, the events, they're fun, and when they stop being fun, it's when it's time to move on, and that's kind of what happened there.
So, kind of a side question. Do you think, I'm curious, has Deco kind of removed itself from the whole live entertainment part of the city?
Well,
I used to go to all sorts of events there.
Yeah.
There's hardly anything going on.
Yeah, it's I think a part of its management changes.
Okay.
They got into a little bit of trouble about capacity rules.
Oh, okay.
And so I think because of the capacity rules, they've been kind of toning down their live things, just because I don't think they want to get in any future trouble.
I totally understand that. That's kind of, we all want that problem, but
Sure.
we hate to have it.
Exactly.
I want to be that crowded all the time,
But
I don't want the consequences.
Yes, they got into a little bit of trouble for that.
That's a real tough one.
Yeah.
Those laws are so archaic. Most restaurants in the city, people don't realize they're licensed only for 49 people.
Oh my gosh.
Because of the fire laws.
Right.
So the same thing happens if you don't have a second exit door away from the front in a saloon or a restaurant.
Right.
So it's a pain in the neck.
I bet. I could only imagine.
So let's see. You have a life beyond drag too.
I do.
Tell us about it.
I do. Jack of all trades, I guess. The main job has been, I've done art consulting here in the city for the last 10 years. 10 years that I've lived here. I've lived here 11. I've had my own company for the last 10. And just recently I started working at Beach Blanket Babylon, being the wig master's assistant.
All right.
Which is so much fun. I love big hair. So what better place to be able to play with hair every day.
That's incredible.
And then just recently started doing makeup for Aida at the Opera House.
Oh wow.
And that's a whole nother adventure. Just
an adventure in art, I guess.
Yeah, and I never realized what goes into putting on an opera. It's a huge production, and what I do is so little in the whole scheme of the whole thing.
But isn't that what opera is?
Yeah.
Lots of little that makes a huge whole.
That's been fun.
That's great.
been fun.
That's great. So, kind of the makeup. Are you thinking about any other kind of performance for yourself because you're around all this performance?
As far as like other events, I perform all over.
Right.
I know there's a new drag show that it's fun. It's a fun situation to be in. It started at the Red Devil Lounge.
Uh-huh.
And Tedda Hughes, who owns Tedda Hughes, I think it's called Tedda Hughes Salon, right there on Polk Street. She started this drag show, and for one night they changed the name of it. It's called the Red Diva Lounge.
Okay, I actually heard about that.
And Tedda asked me if I would perform, and I said, yeah, sure. Then she asked me, she goes, would you host it? And I was definitely honored, that she would ask me. And I told her, I said, yeah, I said, I would love to host it. I said, but I honestly don't have time to promote or to do, and so it's kind of nice just to, it's actually this Thursday is the second.
And you're going to be the host?
And I'll be the host again.
Yeah.
I'll host the show, and there's some amazing, like, just up-and-coming performers, and she's kind of playing on the whole live music thing as well. She had this group of this lesbian band last month they were really good.
That's great.
They were really good. There's a singer, Janelle Monáe. I don't know if
I've heard the name.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
she
her.
does that. She has a song called Tightrope, and the lead singer for the band. And I apologize that I forget the name of their band, but she does the spot on Janelle Monáe. And
oh wow!
The same energy, the same funkiness, and so it's like I said. So that's just kind of just fun that I can just kind of walk in, host the show.
That's great.
At the end of the night, turn around and walk back out again.
Well, I'm going to come back to that and
sure.
Some more questions about art, but I think we're going to take a look at some pictures and let you tell us about them.
Oh.
I love this one. I don't know if that'll be the first up on the monitors. Yeah.
That was Eddie, the bartender at the Cinch tonight. This is actually one of his shots. He and I did a photo shoot. It was an all-day photo shoot. A day probably about as hot as today was.
Oh my God.
And we called it Juanita the Savvy Businesswoman. And the thing we did, we went around the city and found all these very different jobs that Juanita could do. She was working at the benefit counter. She folded laundry. She worked at a car wash, drying cars. Sold